Hi everyone, I am back with a new video, and this is a video that I wanted to make because I personally looked for information on how to become a stay-at-home mom before I decided to quit my job and stuff like that. So just tips that worked for my family, that worked for us. So I do have some notes, they're on my phone, and I'm gonna be referring to them for like how we survive off of one income, because it is a drastic change when you go from two incomes to one income. If I can help anyone out there, and if I can help any mom that's like on the fence about it, let me just start off by saying it is a very, very rewarding job. Five suggestions. So the first one is, prior to you making the change, and I'm sorry if the lighting goes in and out, it's kind of cloudy outside and I'm using the natural light, so that's why you'll see the shift and change button here. So the first tip is, prior to you making the change, prior to you saying, you know what, I'm going to be at home, a stay-at-home mom, definitely sit down and talk to your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, whoever it is. Sit down with them, especially if there's kids involved. Sit down and have like just a heartfelt conversation and like air it out. Be completely vulnerable and tell your partner what you're thinking and see where their mind is. Now my husband was extremely supportive from the beginning. This is something that he wanted me to do for a long time. Sit down and talk to your significant other and let them know what. The second tip that I have is, okay, so 6 months prior to me resigning my job, I started saving. So I would save 10 to 15% of my paycheck, and it would just go into a savings account, go into a savings, go into a savings, go into a savings. During this time, I also want to like combine another tip. During this time, I cut out manicures, pedicures, I cut out like massages, I cut out facials, I cut out anything that I could do to save money. I cut it out. And I know it's hard. I know, and especially if you're one of those moms that's like, I need my me time. Yes, I completely understand. But if you have that purpose in mind and you want to be at home with your kids and you want to be the one to see them off every day and pick them up from school every day, and you want to be the one to make them their snack and just have those moments throughout the day with your child, it's worth it. Put like, cancel that spa appointment because it'll be worth it. So that's what I did. I took part of my paycheck and I saved it. And I saved it, and I basically was like paying myself a bill. It was like, just known, I'm going to take this much, it's going to go into the savings. And I did that for about 6 months, and I saved a good amount of money. That was all on my own. Now my husband did the same on his end. So that really, really helped us out. Now things were really tight because of that, because you have to stick to your guns. You have to be firm. You have to have a goal. You can't be weak. You have to be firm and have a goal and know that that's what you want to do. Know your purpose, see the bigger picture, and save. Saving the money, making sure that I had a goal. Okay, 6 months, I want this much money. How much do I need to save? That's what it's gonna be. Okay, so that's another one. The next one I already told you guys about. You definitely cut unnecessary costs. So if you have to cut Netflix, cut Netflix. If you have to cut your Apple Music, cut your Apple Music. If you just cut out unnecessary costs or things that you are luxuries, because we don't need Apple Music. We don't need Netflix. Like, people have survived without those things in the past. So it's a luxury. It's definitely cut out unnecessary costs and become a little frugal. Like, coupon, that's a huge part of my life. I know how to coupon. I can make a video about that if you're interested. Couponing, knowing where especially the biggest cost in my home is grocery shopping. So you just have to know how to budget, like leave the house with this much amount of money in cash, and leave your debit card and your credit cards at home and just spend that much amount of cash, and that will help you save. Trust and believe. So anyway, moving on. Okay, so you have to have a plan for when you don't have a job. Now, this is part of the discussion that you have to have with your partner, because when I resigned from my position, my healthcare went with it. I did not have dental coverage. I did not have vision coverage. I did not have medical coverage. I had to have a plan. Now, you have to figure out, how are we going to do this? Am I going to not have insurance? That's not necessarily a good suggestion, but if that's what needs to be done, okay. Or is my significant other going to add me to their plan? You have to figure out how it's going to work. You have to have a plan, especially if you're a sickly person, or especially if you have health concerns, especially if you take medication. You need to have this in order. It all needs to be done beforehand so that you're not regretting the decision you made afterwards. So stick to your guns. Figure out a plan, cut out costs. So definitely, you have to figure out a plan. You have to know what's going to happen. What's going to happen if you get sick and you don't have medical coverage? You have to know these things. You have to figure out something. You have to, hey, I don't know, maybe you qualify for some, what is it called? Trump Care or Obamacare. I guess it's Trump Care now. Maybe you qualify for that. I don't know. There's different things, but get informed. Know what you need to do, and have a plan. That's a huge one. And then, so before, maybe I would say do this for 2 months. So you have to test it out. The money, you're still working at this time, but the money that you're receiving, your paycheck, is going into your savings. Now, for 2 months or 3 months, if you can, test it out and see how it's going to work with one income. Even though you're getting your income, you're going to pretend. See what I mean? Take of that 6 month time frame, the last 2 or 3 months of that, you want to test it out with one income paying your bills, one income going grocery shopping, one income surviving. Even though you're getting your income and you're getting your paycheck and that's coming in, you want to save that and pretend like you don't have it and pay your stuff off with one income and see if it's a possibility. If it's a possibility and you can pay your bills, you can pay your mortgage, you can pay your car notes, you can pay your credit card bills, your electricity, your water bill, your cable bill, your internet bill, because it adds up, your insurance, everything, all the extra stuff, if you can pay all of that with one income and be okay, be financially okay, not dip into that money, okay, then and I'm not talking about, oh, well, we want to run to Panera real quick, or we're gonna go get a Starbucks and I had to dip. No, nothing. Don't dip into that money at all. This is like, if you can pay all of your utilities, all of your major expenses for your month, if you can pay all of that with one income, and you're okay and you really stuck to your guns, then this is the time. Now it's okay for you to write up that 2 weeks notice, submit that mug into your boss, and give them the deuce, because don't nobody want to be doing 9 to 5. If this is something that you want to do, don't just jump into it. Don't just say, you know what, F it, I'm quitting. No, don't do that, because you're gonna put a lot of strain on your relationship. You're gonna put a lot of unnecessary strain on your family. And if there's children involved, you definitely don't want to wake up one day and think to yourself, how am I going to fill up my tank of gas to get them to school or the doctor or etc.? How am I going to buy diapers for my baby? You don't want to do that. Now, my shout out to all the single parents out there. Trust me, my sister's a single parent. One of my brother-in-laws is a single parent, and I look at them and I'm so unbelievably proud, and I never tell them that. Like my sister, I don't know how she does it. She has 2 kids and she hustles like never before. She's amazing. My brother-in-law, working 2 jobs, like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, it's unbelievable what they do, and they unfortunately don't have that option where they can ever be stay-at-home parents, at least right now. So those of us that do have that opportunity, I feel like we should take advantage of it. Prepare yourself for it. You can do it. It is not hard to do. And I cannot wait to post more videos. I have another video coming up that you guys will love as well. So please spread the word out about my channel, Life of Mime, the MYM, and I have a story time about what that means, and I'll post that up this weekend. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope that it was helpful to you. I hope that you guys learned something, and I hope that if you want to be a stay-at-home mom and work on one income, or a stay-at-home dad and live off of one income, I hope that it works for you. Plan for it, be prepared, and I will see you in my next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.